Hi, I'm Dan Kelly, and welcome to this week's episode of Nauset News. If you're in need for a prom dress, Nauset and DY will be doing a prom dress exchange, thanks to the National Honor Society. If you have an old prom dress, you can bring it into Miss McGowan's room, and your dress will be exchanged with students at DY, so students can look and feel confident at their prom. The Fellowship of Christian Athletes will meet Wednesday, April 13th at 7:45 in room N209. Come have breakfast and feed your soul too. Nauset Cafe will begin their spring menu. They have many vegetarian choices for lunch. The yogurt bar will be running every Friday. The first Thursday in April, they will start their cookout season. The cafe is always open for breakfast, Monday to Friday, from 8 to 10:30. And it serves many varieties of egg sandwiches, muffins, cinnamon rolls, and freshly made yogurt parfaits. Cold bottled water is sold daily in the cafe from 8 to 1:30. And don't forget, there's the free filtered fresh water in the back of the lunchroom. On the daily bulletin, you will find a link to read about an upcoming trip to Cuba. And the late bus runs Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 4 o'clock. One heads towards Brewster and one towards Truro. And once again, if you feel bullied, pressured, or concerned, there's a link on the daily bulletin with information that can get you in touch with the right people. For this week's lineup, for the top story, we have information about the duct taping fundraiser, where students duct taped teachers to the wall, and that will be by Mitchell Lang. The High Five Student of the Week will be by Kellen Perry. Sports will be by Parker Cameron. The special report will be about Destination Imagination by Tori Shee. Things to Do will be reported by Nicole Shealy and Silas Borepsky. The Talent Search will be by Melissa Vitale by Mitchell Lang. And the Health Tip will be by Silas Borepsky. I'm Dan Kelly, and now off to Mitchell for the top story.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Lang here with Nauset News. Today, April 4th, the Nauset Key Club is doing a fundraiser for the Lower Cape Outreach Council, and we're going to go check it out. Hello, I'm Mitchell Lang with Nauset News here with
Victoria Gans.
And I just have a few questions about this whole fundraiser and everything.
Sure.
So, first of all, for our viewers that don't really know what the Key Club is, could you mind explaining a little bit?
Sure. The Key Club is a community service club. We are sponsored by the Kiwanis Club of Lower Cape Cod, and we work closely with one of their members, Anton. And we do community service projects in our school and around in the community.
Okay, and what is your role specifically in the Key Club?
I am president this year, and then I have Joanna Hollick as our secretary, Matthew Daniels-Deal is our vice president, and Michelle Pecoraro is our treasurer.
Okay, and who came up with this unique idea?
You know, it's kind of funny. We wanted to do like a school-wide incentive for this drive that we were going to do, the paper goods drive for the Lower Cape Outreach Council, and we didn't really know what we wanted to do, so we just kind of started throwing out ideas. The weirder, the better. And, you know, we had everything from, you know, the entire school went on a field trip to Meatball Monday, and we took our ideas to Mr. McDonald and we said, hey, can we do any of these? He was like, yeah, let's tape our teachers to the wall. And we're like, okay. So that was how that got in motion.
I gotta say, it's rather effective. If I have $40 back at home that if I had known this was gonna happen, I would have brought it in and spent all of it to just make a muffin.
Yeah, we tried to publicize it as much as we possibly could, and you know, everything like that. So.
Are there any more specific details about the fundraiser and anything like that?
Sure, yeah. It's a drive to support Lower Cape Outreach Council, and they get a lot of food donations, but unfortunately they don't get a lot of donations where it's like things that aren't actually covered by food stamps. So things like paper towels and brushes and that sort of thing. So that's what we're doing the drive for, is for those families that are struggling and are on food stamps, but these items are very, very expensive, and so that's what we're trying to raise money for. So we're either accepting money donations or donations in the form of those paper goods.
So the fundraiser is unique, pretty funny, and more than helpful to the people who need it. I can't think of a much better way to do something like this.
Thank you very, very much. We really appreciate that.
All right, thank you for your time.
Having a great time. Thank you. You said it was the strong.
Hi, I'm Parker Cameron, and welcome to Nauset Sports. The spring sports teams have been hit hard recently due to weather-related cancellations. Many games have been postponed and will be updated on the nausetsports.org website. Teams and athletes to look out for this season are baseball pitcher Paul Prue. For sailing, there's Christian Lynch and Sam Spiegel. Tennis, the Dodoli sisters. Track, Madikit Nobly and Brian Brooks. And for the boys lacrosse, we have Matt Kane. Today, we have Dan Kelly, who will tell us about the sailing team and what we should expect this season. So who are the top sailors with the team this year?
So our top two sailors are definitely Christian Lynch and Sam Spiegel. And the other four that are in our top six would be Tag Lawless, Aiden Biondi, Tim Burns, and Mackenzie Perry.
Do you expect to have a winning record?
Hopefully. We have 3 regattas coming up this week, so that will give us a good idea of where we are.
Will your new boats make you guys sail faster?
Yeah, they've definitely been really good so far. We've only sailed them in really high wind days, so it's been pretty crazy out there last week.
What regatta should people come out to see this season as far as one of the more competitive races on your schedule?
Well, our most competitive race is probably out in Nantucket this weekend. We're going up against 3 schools. We have Barnstable, Nantucket, and Dartmouth. So that will be one to watch.
All right, thanks, Dan, and good luck. We will have more updates on next week's show. I'm Parker Cameron, and this was Nauset Sports.
Hi, I'm Ken Lamb. I'm going to be sharing the Nauset Student Council Weekly Update. The past Student Council meetings have been planning and discussing Rock the Stage. Prizes have been made and song playlists as well to make the event more entertaining. Proceeds from the event benefited Sam Long and the Nauset Care Package Project. The event took place March 31st at 6 p.m. The Student Council has been planning the Nauset Care Package Project. The project has received donations from the whole Nauset District. On April 13th, Nauset Students Council will be heading to Carver, Massachusetts for the Southeastern Massachusetts Association of Student Council. Student Council will be putting on a Mix It Up Day in April. The date will be announced in the upcoming days. This will get the Nauset students out of their comfort zone to get to meet new people. The Nauset Student Council officers are Hannah Cremens, President, Paul Prue, Vice President, Secretary Sabine Galapou, and Lily Gata, the Treasurer. The advisors are Adriana Kimmick and Courtney McVille. Lastly, the Nauset Student Council is always looking for new members. As Ms. Kimmick always says, new votes and new ideas are always welcome. Come to N204 and N205 if you want to get more involved in your school. I'm Kyle Lamb, and this was the week's Student Council update.
Hello, my name is Silas Preps. Again, I'm here with your week's health tip. So everyone has seen some form of white granulated sugar in their lives, but not everybody knows exactly what it is about the tantalizingly sweet substance that makes it bad for us to eat in excess. Sugar, or sucrose, is a carbohydrate, and there is a difference between naturally occurring sucrose in plants and fruits and the sucrose that is found in granulated sugar and high fructose corn syrup. Both granulated sugar and high fructose corn syrup are refined when they are processed, and because of that, the end products have no nutritional value, are addictive, and rob your body of energy and general health. Sugar, like most addicting substances, is only addicting as long as you continue to eat it. And there are many reasons why eating it in excessive amounts is bad for you. Just a few of the negative effects of consuming large amounts of sugar include wrinkling and aging skin, acidic blood. It can lead to osteoporosis. It rots your teeth, raises your blood sugar to dangerous heights in the levels of it, contributes to obesity and can contribute to diabetes. It also robs your body of energy and minerals and can suppress your immune system. These listed dangers and negative effects of sugar are just the very obvious ones on the surface, and continuing past the point of excess into majorly excess consumption can make these effects worse or can go into even more negative and long-lasting effects. Bottom line is you should try to limit the amount of sugar you consume. When the daily recommended limit of sugar intake for males is 9 teaspoons and females is 6, it really shows how much over the limit we can consume each day. For instance, 1 can of Coca-Cola has 8 1/4 teaspoons of sugar in it, which is almost the entirety of the male recommended daily value of sugar intake, as well as well over the recommendation for the average female consumer. So the best way to keep yourself healthy is by eating food that contains natural, non-processed sugars, and cut out food that incorporates processed sugars altogether. My name is Sas Brepsky, and that was your health tip.
Hi, I'm Mitchell Lang from Nauset News here with Ms. McMillan, an English teacher at Nauset High School. So we're here to talk about the South Africa trip that you have planned. I'm aware that this is only the second one.
Mm-hmm.
And so just why South Africa, or what inspired this decision?
3 years ago, my colleague Noelle Smith and I were talking about ways we could reinvigorate our English program here at Nauset High School. And because sophomore year is the study of world literature, where we read works from Trinidad and from Europe and South Africa and India, that we thought, wouldn't it be awesome if we could get a trip to South Africa? So through EF Tours, which is a company in Cambridge, Mass, they had the perfect itinerary for us. It sort of follows the landscape that is mentioned and described in Cry the Beloved Country, which kids read their sophomore year. So it's kind of educational enrichment, and then we were going to postpone it for another year, but these seniors found out that they were going to miss it, and so they completely rallied and went to, at that time, Principal Conrad and asked, would you support a trip to South Africa this year? So they were so organized and impassioned. They spearheaded a fundraising project selling boat raffle tickets for a Boston whaler, and so we ended up taking 24 kids 2 years ago to South Africa, and it was so successful we thought we would try and do it every 2 years.
All right. How much does the trip cost?
It's very expensive. It's about $4,200, plus you have to have some spending money and the bus fare and to renew your passport, but it does include in-country flights and all transportation and all museums, and we go on a safari for 2 days up in Kruger National Park, so that's a very expensive component too.
What is the planning of the trip? Like, what sites do you see?
We fly from Boston this year to Dubai on Emirates Air, so it's like a 12-hour flight. And then we fly from there to Johannesburg, where we will visit Nelson Mandela's house, the Apartheid Museum. We will go to Soweto. And then from there, we'll take a van up to Kruger to go on safari for 2 days and to see the landscape there. And after that, we fly down all the way to Cape Town, southern point of South Africa, and we get to go to the Cape of Good Hope, which is the southernmost tip of the continent, and then get to see penguins. And we travel by boat to see Robben Island, where Mandela was imprisoned for over 30 years.
All right then. Is there anything more you'd like to add about the trip, or?
Oh, at the end we're combining a little community service day in the Langa township outside of Cape Town, and that should be really significant way for us to end our tour. But travel's great. I recommend it to everyone, especially to get out of your comfort zone and see another part of the world.
All right. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Now we're here with Whitney Nobahari, one of Ms. McMillan's English students. So just wondering what about the trip particularly excites you?
Definitely excited about the safari and being able to go and experience an entirely different culture. Definitely meeting new people, being able to see an entirely different environment is nice. I think especially going on the plane ride there, sitting on a plane for like 14 hours or so will be a good time. Going to Dubai and then be able to go to Johannesburg and just hang out and being able to like hang out with the kids and just see what they like to do.
All right, thank you for your time and your opinion.
No problem.
Hi, I'm Callum Perry here at the High Five Student of the Week. Jillian Stevens is on the girls' varsity lacrosse team. How long have you been playing lacrosse for?
2 years.
How long have you been on the team?
2 years.
Do you take lessons?
I did before I started playing, so I could like sort of get into it, and I take them over the summer too.
It's nice. Who inspired you to play?
My best friend, she played freshman year and I didn't, and I fell in love with it.
It's nice. Do you want to go to college after high school?
Yeah.
What college do you want to go to?
The University of Iowa.
That's really nice. What clubs do you participate in?
I don't do any clubs at this school, but I guess you could say like my jump rope team is sort of a club outside of school.
Can you tell us one thing about Miss Stevens?
She's a really awesome person and a great coach.
Switching gears, summer is coming up. What do you want to do this summer?
Go to the beach, I don't know. Just hang out.
What classes are you looking forward to do next year?
APR history. That's pretty much it.
Thanks. This is all the time we have. I'm Callum Perry. I'm Julian Stevens.
Hi, I'm Nicole Sheely,
And my name is Silas Brepsky.
and this is Things to Do. First, we'll kick it off with the movies, and then on to Silas with the activities. The PG-13 movie from the Divergent series, Allegiant, is the third installment of the series. The 120-minute movie takes the heroes outside the wall that separates Chicago from everything else post-apocalypse. The movie received 2 stars. For younger audience, the PG-rated movie Zootopia is about a rabbit who suspects a sly fox in a missing mammals case. The animated movie received 4 stars. Lastly, the PG-13 movie My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2 is about the main character, Nia, raising a 17-year-old daughter and the challenges that come along with it. The 94-minute movie received 3 stars. And on to Silas with the activities.
So, first up, we have country line dancing. If you like to dance and you like country music, come to the Barnstable Senior Center on Falmouth Road in Hyannis and bring your cowboy boots. Enjoy a unique experience of choreographed dancing in a line and bring your friends too. The event will be going on from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. on the 11th, 18th, and 25th of this month, as well as the 2nd, 9th, and 16th of May. There will be a small entrance fee of $36, and the instructor on site will be Susan Griffin. The Outermost Toastmasters Club. If you feel uncomfortable speaking in front of groups of people, then the Outermost Toastmasters Club is willing to help. The club meets 2 times a month on the first and third Mondays at the Preservation Hall on Main Street in Wellfleet, and they will be meeting on the upcoming Monday the 18th from 7 to 8:30 p.m. For more information, you can give Fred or Christy a call at 774-408-7002. Have you ever been interested in crocheting? If you're interested or you think you might be, come give it a try on Monday the 11th or Monday the 18th. From 2 to 3 p.m. at the Barnstable Senior Center in Hyannis, you can learn how to make high-quality, unique gifts handcrafted with love. Nidra Allen will be there to teach you about different crochet hooks, a variety of yarns, basic stitches, and reading patterns and completing a project. For more information, you can also contact Susan Griffin. And lastly, if you feel stressed out or you just need some time to relax and try a new method of calming your mind, look towards meditation. On the 12th, 19th, and 26th of this month, there will be a meditation group welcoming newcomers and past attendees to join them from 2 to 3 p.m. If you do want to go, make sure to bring comfortable attire and water, and also a yoga mat if you like to meditate on the floor. Relax your mind and help your body through the relaxing activity with instructor Kay Outwin. For more information, visit Barnstable Senior Center Services website or contact Susan Griffin.
I'm Nicole Sheely,
And my name is Silas Brepsky.
and that was Things to Do.
Hi, I'm Simon Vanderschmidt here with Nauset News Talent Search. Today we have a very talented artist who's a senior here at Nauset High School, Melissa Veely. She's a great artist. She's actually going to an art college, and also she is rumored to be, she's been known to be one of the best artists in Nauset overall. She's been a great artist since I've known her since freshman year, and well, let's go see what she has to say about it. So now I'm here with Melissa. So Melissa, where did you get your inspiration to draw and draw?
To art? I just like drawing. It's just a lot of fun, and it's just nice to be able to create something.
Did anyone in your family draw before you, or are you pretty much the first artist in your family?
I mean, everyone would definitely draw, like little kids, but yeah, I think I've never started. So my grandpa was a photographer.
Oh, that's really cool. Do you do any photography as well?
No, I can't take a picture to save her life.
Alright, so I heard you were going to college for art. What college are you going to, and what are you going to study there?
I'm going to Mecca up in Maine, and I'm going to study animation when I get there, because animation has always been really awesome. And actually, that's kind of what's inspired me when people create stories and use work and art and animation to convey them.
Alright, also, what is there anything else that inspires you to draw? Is there any specific artist that you like a lot?
I used to like this one artist. Her name was Birchbug. I don't know if I'm even pronouncing that right, but she was on DeviantArt, and I used to love copying down her eyes and doing these big layouts of just different features that she did, and it actually helped me develop my art style. So she's an inspiration.
Alright, and as far as your animation career that you want to pursue, have you had any experience with animation programs in the past?
I have tried and utterly and completely failed, which is why I'm going to school.
Alright, that sounds fantastic. So now what we're going to do is Melissa is going to show us some of her drawings in her sketchbook that she has here. So she's selected a few for us, so if you could...
Just taking them at random. Here's one.
So...
As you'll see, I probably really enjoy making characters because they're just fun.
I like these.
You like those? Good. Sorry. Sometimes they're hard to find because I remember them in different orders than they actually are. So, I guess that's it. Oh, this is the front.
Alright, thank you very much, Melissa. That was really interesting. Well, as you can see, Melissa is very, very talented. She's made some excellent drawings that we've seen there. Anyways, that was Nauset News' Talent Search. My name is Simon Vanderschmidt, and this has been Nauset News. Thank you very much for watching.
Hi, I'm Tori Shee with this week's special report. Today I'm with Noah Smith, Bevan Burns, Michael Sanborn, and Kai Howard. They all participated in the Destination Imagination State Tournament a week ago. Now, can one of you tell me just what Destination Imagination is?
Well, Destination Imagination is a community service and creative challenge-solving problem that incorporates many different aspects like scientific challenges, community service, theatrical, fine arts, and improvisational. And you get to compete at different tournaments, and you get to go. There's many tournaments that you compete in throughout the way.
Nice. So how long have each of you been doing Destination Imagination for?
5 years.
9 years.
2 years.
7 years.
It's a long time. So, is anyone else on your team besides you guys?
Yeah, well, there is a kid at Cape Cod Tech, Christian Griffin, and then a kid, just the camera. There's a kid at Cape Cod Tech named Christian Griffin, and a kid at Sturgis named Vicky Whitney.
Nice. And now I've heard there's two main components to DI. Can you explain what those two things are?
Actually, yes. There, like you said, there are two components of DI. The first one is the main challenge, where you prepare for several months before your competition, and you perform a skit or some sort of presentation about what you've done over the past few months.
So in our case, we performed about Habitat for Humanity, performing a skit about these birds in the forest. Meanwhile, the second component was that there's an instant challenge. And an instant challenge is where you walk into this room and they give you a challenge right on the spot and you have no idea what it is, you don't prepare for it. So you kind of have to think on your feet and work as a team to solve it.
Nice. And are there any specific challenges the team has focused on throughout the years of DI?
Well, yes. Our first year that we did it together as a team was a failure. And we did the Fine Arts Challenge. We got 6 out of like 8 or something?
Yeah.
No, we didn't get last, but it was close. And then we did the Community Service Challenge, and we went to globals on that, and we placed about 20th in the world. And then we did the Scientific Challenge, and we got 8th in the world. And then we did Community Service again and Scientific. Yeah, so that's, yeah.
And so basically we just went over what other skits you've done. Do you want to elaborate a little more on them?
Oh, sure. So in 7th grade, we helped the American Red Cross make a fire safety program for their younger kids and to teach them and educate them about the importance of fire safety. And then in 8th grade, we were tasked with picking an extreme environment and then making a piece of extreme gear to help you survive in that environment. So we picked ancient Pompeii and Mount Vesuvius, and we created the VRS, the Volcano Resistance Shelter, and that's when we got 8th in the world, Tori.
And is that the best you guys have done?
8th in the world is pretty good.
About how many teams competed in that challenge in the world?
Way over 100.
And can one of you give me an example of an instant challenge that you've had in the past?
Well, one time we had to take a piece of paper and arrange it in a certain way to make it a tower as tall as we could, and we got points based on how tall it was. So we had 2 minutes to prepare, and we had to come up with the most creative way to build a tower out of a piece of paper.
Nice. And finally, how has DI affected you guys outside of the program?
Well, I met a lot of great people around here and all over the world through this program.
I definitely became more outgoing because I was very quiet in the beginning of this. So I guess it was just a good experience.
I learned some great problem-solving skills.
And I learned how to build things more effectively and new building techniques.
Nice. Well, thank you very much for your time, and good luck in school and in your future competitions. I'm Tori Shee with this week's special report.